Zion Avery lines that one out in the deep right center field, and it will hit off the top of the wall and go over. Zion Avery unloads one to right center field.
Zion Avery deep out into left center field. Back at the wall. You forget that. That is way out of here.
Breaking ball lined out into left field for a base hit. Being sent is Ben Rushing. He's coming in to score. The throw will be cut off by the third baseman. And it's back-to-back RBI singles for the Copperheads.
Lines this one deep out into the outfield. Back at the wall. It is out of here. Grand slam, Sebastian Fabic.
Copperheads Baseball is presented by Ohio Health and by Ambassador Laundry, Athens Chambers of Commerce, Athens County Convention and Visitors Bureau, The Cat's Eye, Classic Brands, Donato's Pizza, Dan Inman Electric, Echoing Hills, Edward Jones, Fall Green Moretime, Holiday Inn Express, Jackie O's, Kona Ice, Rocky Brands, Stephanie Wood and Ohio Realty, Shauna Stump, Snyder, Fuller, and Stroh, Union Street Diner, Ohio University Credit Union, and Wendy's.
Live from Grady's Field here in Xenia, Ohio. It's the Southern Ohio Copperheads at the Xenia Scouts. Scouts with a record of 12-13. Copperheads winning 7 of the last 3 games, 13-11, 8-5 at home, and 5-6 on the road. Copperheads sending to the mound Jackson Mandela opposing Timothy Watkins. Hello and welcome into the broadcast. I'm Connor Mills alongside Joey Medore. Joey, today is a little rainy day here in Xenia, Ohio. 72 degrees and currently drizzling outside. Game time still set for 7:05, but the Copperheads have been playing some quality baseball as of late.
Yes, they have. Connor, as you just mentioned, 5-6, trying to get back to 500 on the road. That's where you kind of want to sit. If you're able to win the majority of your games at home and hover around 500 on the road, you can usually be in good shape when it comes to postseason time. And the Copperheads sitting at 2 games above 500. And as you just mentioned, playing quality baseball, 7-3 in the last 10. Had a quality performance last night, scoring 8 runs. Strong start from Sam Warsing, as well as Braxton Kelly coming out of the pen, getting the save. And Copperheads playing quality baseball, looking to pick up the series win if they can win today. As you mentioned, some rain coming down right now, but I was just told by our on-field guy, Paul King, it's just a little spot on the radar. Should be out in 10 to 15 minutes, so we should have a pretty good night for some baseball.
I'm pretty excited as we're getting closer and closer towards the end of the year. Still a lot of baseball to play. It's a long road stretch for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. But taking a look at the Southern Division standings, the Cincinnati Steam 16-10, Licking County Settlers 14-10, Hamilton Joes 12-10, and then the Southern Ohio Copperheads a half game back on the Hamilton Joes at 13-11. Copperheads again 7-3 over the last 10. The 2 and 3 teams ahead of them 3-7 in the last 10 and 4-6. So Copperheads will have to and look to capitalize over the Joes and the Settlers and try and chase down the Steam. That's the next 3-game series after they finish up a 3-game series here in Xenia, Ohio. 1 game 1, 8-5. Game 2 taking place here at 7:05 starts. And then game 3 tomorrow, 4th of July, starting at 2 o'clock. But for today's game, Jackson Mandel on the mound against Timothy Watkins. Starting lineups right after the national anthem. As we'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
You got Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic Brands, Budweiser, and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home and a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the Tap Room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give us a call at 594-8385.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State University. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Back inside Grady's Field here in Xenia, Ohio. Throw to Joey Medor for the starting lineups and pitchers in today's game.
Well, leading it off for the Copperheads, as where he's been off the top of the season, DH Zach Iverson. Second is Sebastian Fabic out in right field. Chris Gambert in his second straight start after returning is playing first base, batting third. Batting cleanup, Reese Trey at second base, batting fifth. In left field for the first time this season, Zion Avery batting sixth behind the dish. Scott Combs. Seventh in center field, Carter Cross. Eighth at third base, Tanner Glass. And rounding out the order at ninth is Daniel Cruz at shortstop. Jackson Mandela is pitching for the Copperheads in this one. That will be Jared Eaton in center field leading off for the Scouts. Jackson Henderson in right field batting second. Cody Kanklers batting third at third base. Batting cleanup at first base, Steven Saunders. Ben Clausen DHing batting fifth. Batting sixth, Brett Carson in left field. Batting seventh at second base, Logan Matson. Batting eighth behind the dish is Alan Goodwin. And rounding out the order at ninth at shortstop is Brandon Wilson Jr.
I think joins a throw down a second base a little high and away by the catcher Goodwin. Zach Iverson strolling up to the plate as it is time for Copperheads baseball. Copperheads currently fourth in the Southern Division. Xenia Scouts in fifth. Copperheads 13 and 11. Scouts dropped to one game under 500 after yesterday's 8-5 loss to the Southern Ohio Copperheads. They're at 12 and 13. On mound, Timothy Watkins. Watkins with 19 innings pitched. As the lefty's ready. First pitch is swung on a missed by Zach Iverson. 0-1. But for Timothy Watkins on the year, he's allowed 14 hits, 23 runs, 22 of them have been earned. Struck out 29 batters, has a 2-1 win-loss record, and an 8.10 ERA. As Watkins ready, the 0-1 pitch is taken on the low and outside corner of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to the batter, Zach Iverson. Iverson in yesterday's game went 2 for 3, had 2 runs and walked. That was his stat line. That's his average now up to 396 as he swings and misses at the fastball offering from Timothy Watkins. 1 up, 1 down for the Xenia Scouts here in the top of the first inning.
Working fast there was Watkins. 3 straight fastballs, kind of keeping Iverson a tick behind on that last swing. But coming in and working as back-to-back lefties to start for the Scouts in this series so far.
30th strikeout on the season for Watkins. And now Sebastian Fabic, who had himself a day yesterday, stands in for the right side. Fabic first pitch swing and misses at the pitch from Watkins. 0-1. Fabic 3 for 5 in yesterday's game against the Xenia Scouts. Knocked in 4 RBIs and struck out once. Fabic has his batting average back up to .402 now as he swings and fouls one back to the netting. No balls and 2 strikes. There's yet to be a ball thrown by Timothy Watkins in today's game. Struck out Zach Iverson, and now is ahead on the count to Sebastian Fabic. No balls and 2 strikes. From the stretch, Watkins' pitch is a ball that is bouncing right off of his leg. Caromed over to the second baseman, Matson. The throw over to first, not in time. It's an infield single for Sebastian Fabic, the first hit of the game. And the Copperheads have a runner with 1 out in the top of the first.
Well, Fabic there was just staying back on that breaking ball 0-2, just to gets just enough on it to get it past the mound. It, you mentioned, hit off Watkins' leg, slowing it down a little bit. Fabic, good speed up the line. Beats out the infield single, gets hits in all kinds of ways, does Sebastian Fabic this season.
So Sebastian Fabic raising his batting average now higher than 402. As he's a man over on first base, and the check over to Fabic, he goes back standing. Man of the plate, Chris Gambert. Gambert came back to action in yesterday's game, went 0 for 5 and struck out once. It's been a couple ground ball outs for Chris Gambert. So look to get something in the air here in today's at-bat, but it's a ground ball right back up the middle, taken by the second baseman Matson. The thrower to first is a little low, but picked by the first baseman Saunders. A 4-3 double play ends things here in the top of the first, and the Xenia Scouts come to the plate in the bottom half of the inning. No score as we head to the bottom 1. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area of Commerce logo and be sure to support the business that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of Uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yuengling are proud supporters of Copperheads baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads, with toppings loaded from edge to edge.
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
Jackson Mandela on the mound for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, as Mandela will make his 6th start of the season. Mandela on the air, 32 and a third innings pitched, has allowed 33 hits, 17 runs, only 11 earned. Allowed 7 walks, struck out 22 batters, and has a win-loss of 2-2, a 2.38 ERA. As Mandela will face Jarrett Eaton. First pitch to Eaton is taken just a bit low and outside for a ball 1-0.
Yeah, for Mandela on the season. Not going to light up the radar gun, but very well at hitting his spots, keeping it out of the middle of the plate, forcing guys to hit a lot of ground balls.
Swing and a miss from Jarrett Eaton brings the count to 1-1. Eaton in yesterday's game was in the 9-hole as he went 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. As 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Brings the count to 1-2. Eaton on the season, batting .300, 3 for 10. Easy math. 1 run, no RBIs. 1 double. As the fastball from Jackson Mandela fouled off towards the left side and out of play. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Eaton also on a short season has a walk and a strikeout. Hasn't appeared in a whole lot of games for the Xenia Scouts as he swings and misses at the fastball from Jackson Mandela. And just like Watkins, Mandela gets his first man out via the strikeouts. 1 out, bottom of the first.
A nice little fastball just up at the letters. Eaton maybe just a little bit above, got him to chase up high. Nice job there from Mandela up in the count. Locating a nice pitch there for the first strikeout.
23rd of the season for Jackson Mandela as a breaking ball misses inside to Jackson Henderson. 1-0. Henderson in yesterday's game went 1 for 3 as he swings through the pitch from Mandela. 1 ball and 1 strike. Henderson also hasn't seen a whole lot of action for the Xenia Scouts this season, batting .200, 2 hits and 10 at-bats. No runs, no RBIs, no extra base hits, no walks as this one is swung on and fouled back right into the helmet of the catcher Scott Combs. He smiles back at the home plate umpire Ron Mers. As they chit-chat a little bit, Mers pats him on the chest.
Scott Combs not unused to getting hit by foul balls behind the plate. Tough guy back there.
Mandela from the windup. As 1-2 is swung on a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jackson Mandela here in the bottom of the first inning. Strong start for Mandela to get things going.
Yeah, look a little juiced up on these first 2 batters. Looks like he has a little more velo than we've seen in his first few starts this season. He's just gassing him on the fastball up high. Both Eaton and Henderson late on the fastball. Working quick as Mandela here in this bottom of the first.
Now Jackson Mandela will have Cody Kanklertz at the plate as the first pitch is swung on and found straight back. Mandela hitting 85 on the gun. We're lucky enough that the radar gun is sitting right in front of us here at the press box, so we can get a little velo. An 85-mile-per-hour fastball from Jackson Mandela to Cody Kanklertz. Yesterday's game, Kanklertz, highest batting average on the Xenia Scouts, batting .333, but the Copperheads were able to hold him off the hit list. 0 for 4 in yesterday's game. As now fastball high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kanklertz, however, did score 2 runs, was walked once and struck out twice. As fastball paints the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mandela looking to strike out the side here in the bottom of the first.
And a real nice location on that pitch, right at the knees on the outside corner. Can't spot a fastball much better than that.
There's now a swing and a pop fly over towards the right side. Ranging back is Fabic, and the second baseman, Trahey, had the best angle on it, ranging all the way out into right field and foul territory. Couldn't get it, though. Ball hit the glove and just went down onto the ground as Trahey was nearing that fence.
There's a lot of ground to cover there for Trey. He had to try to make a basket catch, but it gets just off the tip of the glove. One of the tougher plays when you got all three of those guys running in foul ground trying to make the catch.
So Cody Camclert stays alive at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. No score between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Xenia Scouts. Mandela gets a sign from the catcher, Combs. Takes a step back. Will readjust. And now the 1-2 offering from Mandela is swung on. It's a high pop fly out into shallow center field. Ranging in to score across. He makes the catch. And the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Jackson Mandela as we head to the top of the second. No score between the Copperheads and the Scouts. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato's your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-592-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
The Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Ball Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.ballgreenmortine.com.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Austin Dunphy sending Reese Trahey, Zion Avery, and Scott Combs to the plate as we start things here in the top of the second inning. No score between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Xenia Scouts. And Dunphy has to be happy with the way that the Copperheads played an interdivision play. Swept the Mariners at just 1 game. Swept the Clippers and Monarchs. Dropped 2 to the Green Giants. Picked up 3 out of 4 against the Graders and Locos as the first pitch misses low and away to Reese Trahey. And then picked up game 1 back in the Southern Division play against the Xenia Scouts yesterday, an 8-5 victory. As a 1-0 is a line drive high out into deep center field. Ranging back is Jared Eden, still going back, and makes a one-hand grab for the first out here on the top of the second inning. Reese Trahey 0 for 6. Continuing back into yesterday's game where he went 0 for 5 with an RBI. And with the fly out, Zion Avery comes to the plate.
But yeah, you mentioned that good stretch of interdivision play, and it wasn't a good stretch that all the South teams enjoyed. As you mentioned, the Settlers and the Joes both being 3-7 and 4-6 against in their last 10 against the North Division teams respectively. So,
as fastball misses low and away to Zion Avery, and that is really where the Copperheads have to make up some ground. They've got the Steam and then the Joes the next 2 series. As fastball rides high and inside to Zion Avery, 2 balls and no strikes. Zion did not play in yesterday's game, but is batting .255 on the season, 14 hits and 55 at-bats, scored 8 runs, has hit in 9 RBIs. As a 2-0 is taken down the middle for a called strike. 2-1. Avery, 5 extra base hits, 3 doubles, and 2 home runs. Both home runs coming against the Muskegon Clippers earlier on in the year. As now the 2-1, bouncing ball right back up the middle, in for a base hit. So Zion Avery picks up the second hit of the day. Both Bobcats have hits. Sebastian Fabic with an infield single, and Zion Avery with a ground ball single right back up to center field Now there's one out here on the top of the second with the runner on first for Scott Combs.
It was a good approach there from Avery. Got up in the count 2-1, got a fastball he liked, just drove it right back where it came from, hard up the middle on the ground. A little harder than Fabix hit back in the first inning. But hopefully they can avoid the double play that ended the top of the first inning.
Now Scott Combs now stands in, and Steve takes a fastball in on the inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Scott Combs also did not play in yesterday's game, but on the season batting .292, has 14 hits and 48 at-bats, 6 runs scored, 10 RBIs, as now the 0-1 is swung on and fouled straight off of Scott Combs as he'll jog it off towards the right. Trying to walk off the foul ball that hit him. He'll take a knee behind the plate.
I think the impressive thing about Combs is he's still hitting up towards 300. He's not playing every day, so it's pretty tough to get into a rhythm sometimes when you're not consistently getting ABs. I mean, obviously he's playing catcher every other day, but has been able to keep the batting average up this season despite not having as many ABs as some of the other guys.
Yeah, what Combs has been able to do has been impressive. Definitely having a better summer ball season than he did during the spring. Only batted at $150. Now batting .292 here as he checks his swing. Does not go around. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count with 1 out here on the top of the second. No score between the Copperheads and the Scouts with a runner on first. Zion Avery in with a single. As now the 1-2 pitch from Watkins is swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout of the day for Timothy Watkins. Now there are 2 outs here in the top of the second inning.
In a real good location at the knees on the outside corner of the plate. Even if Combs does make contact, not going to do much except maybe get under it, hit into the ground, but comes up empty. Watkins had some real good command through these first 2 innings, throwing a lot of strikes.
Carter Cross at the plate. And like the 2 before him, did not play in yesterday's game. As the first pitch from Timothy Watkins misses high and outside for a ball, 1-0. Defensive alignment for the Xenia Scouts. Carson out in left field, Eaton in center, Henderson in right field. Can Clerks at third, Wilson at short, Matson the man at second base, Saunders at first. As a fastball misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Watkins on the mound and Goodwin behind the plate. 2-0 the count, runner on first base here in the top of the second with 2 outs. Timothy Watkins pitching to Carter Cross, and time is called at the plate by Cross. Cross batting .229 this season. 8 hits and 35 at-bats, 7 runs, 4 RBIs.
With this 2-0 pitch coming up, he's going to try to look for one he can drive deep up in the gap, maybe to score Avery all the way from first.
And there might have been something in Carter Cross's eye as the home plate umpire Ron Morris checked his eye, but now the 2-0 delivery is swung on and popped up towards the right side in foul territory, ranging all the way near the fence and making the catch before it went over was the first baseman Saunders. Even though the Copperheads do get one on the base hit from Zion Avery, unable to bring him around. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We head to the bottom half of the frame with no score between the Copperheads and the Scouts. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
You will be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with the free complimentary breakfast, high-definition television in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens, live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the tap room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
score as we're here in the bottom of the second inning between the Scouts and the Copperheads. Steven Saunders made a nice catch in foul territory to get Carter Cross. Will lead things off here in the bottom of the second. It'll be Saunders, Collison, and Carson. The 4, 5, and 6 batters for the Scouts as Jackson Mandela went 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the first. First pitch to Steven Saunders missed for a ball just a bit low. Saunders in yesterday's game went 2 for 5, had 2 RBIs. Got his batting average up to 250 as a breaking ball from Jackson Mandela missed somewhere. We'll call it inside. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch from Mandela. Fastball bounces down to the turf. Picked by the catcher, Scott Combs. Now 3 balls and no strikes.
You mentioned Saunders yesterday going 2 for 5. Both those hits very well could have been homers. He hit them both to the warning track. They both one-hopped the wall. So,
as now the 3-0 is taken low and inside, ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to Steven Saunders. First walk allowed by Jackson Mandela. First walk in today's game. As now there's a runner on first, the leadoff man has reached base paths here in the bottom of the second, and Ben Clausen at the plate. Clausen, the designated hitter of today's game, batting .264 as a fastball misses low from Jackson Mandela. 1 ball, no strikes. Defense for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Zion Avery out in left field. Carter Cross in center. As now a jam job, a flare over to Daniel Cruz, the shortstop. Running back to first base is Steven Saunders. Now there's 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Smart play by Saunders, not traveling too far off of first.
yeah, that wasn't on the fist of Clausen. Looked like maybe at first it had enough to get over the infield, but came down real quickly. Daniel Cruz thought about making the throw to first. Saunders not far enough off the bag. Nice recovery there from Mandela, though, after the 4-pitch walk.
So first down recorded here in the bottom of the second inning as Jackson Mandela pitched to Brett Carson. Carson yesterday 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout as he's first pitch swing and fouls it off towards the left side and out of play. But for Carson, batting .238, 15 hits and 63 at-bats, 12 runs, 9 RBIs, 1 double, 1 triple, 10 walks and 14 strikeouts, the stat line for Brett Carson. As the 0-1's a off-speed pitch that is fouled straight back and rolling back towards the fence. 0-2.
Interesting to see where Mandela goes with this pitch up way ahead 0-2. Took something off that last one as he's like to go to the high fastball with 2 strikes. See if he goes there again. Up 0-2.
Will complete the defensive alignment for the Copperheads after the pitch. The 0-2 is swung on and fired all the way out into left field. Ranging over is Zion Avery, and he makes the catch for the second out here in the bottom of the second. Zion Avery making his first start in left field for the Copperheads this season. Shows the range and makes the outs.
Yeah, looked pretty good on that one. That ball hung up there a long time. Zion had a lot of ground to cover, playing good amount off the line, able to range over into foul ground, make the catch.
We got Sebastian Fabic in right field, Tanner Glass at third, Daniel Cruz at short, Reese Trahey at second, Chris Gamber, the man at first base, Mandela on the mound, and Scott Combs behind the plate. First pitch swing and lining it out into center field back, and making the catch is Carter Cross. But on the hitting end of that was Logan Matson. A long fly out to Carter Cross in center field to end things in the bottom of the second. Still no score between the Southern Ohio Copperheads and the Xenia Scouts. Copperheads coming to the plate in the top of the third. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at jackios.com. Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the Tap Room in Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
My name is Chris Gambit from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to all my Bellarmine Knights. You're listening to Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the third inning, Tanner Glass, Daniel Cruz, and then back to the top of the lineup for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, as there's no score between the Copperheads and the Scouts. Tanner Glass, the regular day third baseman, has been rushing, suffered an injury, had to go home. But Tanner Glass has been doing a job over there at third as he's first pitch swinging and missing at Timothy Watkins' pitch, 0-1. Glass in yesterday's game went 0 for 4, scored a run. Batting 184 on the season, has 7 hits and 38 at-bats as the 0-1 pitch is swung on, bouncing ball over towards third, but goes left of the line and foul. No balls and 2 strikes now. Taking a look around the league, the Richmond Jazz fell to the Cincinnati Steam today, 7-1. As that's a doubleheader as the swing and a miss from Tanner Glass, 3 pitches, and the first out here in the top of the third inning. I'll bring up Daniel Cruz.
Yeah, it's been a lot of rainouts these past couple days around the league. Luckily, we've had good weather here in Xenia these past couple days. Been able to get our ball games in so far.
Well, fortunately enough, we have a all-turf field here at Grady's Field in Xenia, Ohio. As for Daniel Cruz, 1 for 4 yesterday. Hit the ball hard. Just hit it at people. As the first pitch missed for a ball, 1-0. Cruz 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI. As now the 1-0 is taken just a bit high. 2 balls and no strikes.
It was encouraging to see out of Cruz yesterday. Had been scuffling the past several games at the plate, just 3 for 23. But got the hit yesterday, had a lot of hard hit balls. Good to see him making solid contact again.
The 2-0 pitch, a ground ball that goes all the way down the line into left, but foul. 2 balls and a strike. So 2-0 the count. With 1 out here in the top of the third inning. As this one is swung on, a pop fly down the line in left field. Ranging over towards the line is the left fielder Carson, and he makes a catch in foul territory for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, there's a lot of foul ground on this field, so a lot of those balls get popped up either on the first or third base foul line. The players have a lot of time and a lot of room to get over there and make the catch. It's a little unfortunate there for Cruz.
Almost the exact area where Zion Avery made the catch in foul territory to make an out in the bottom of the second. Lineup turns over now to Zach Iverson as he's first pitch swing. It's a jam job out into shallow center field. Not being able to make the catch is a shortstop Wilson. It falls down into left center for a base hit. So Zach Iverson, 1 for 2 on the day. Just a flare single. Now bring up one of the hottest bats in the GLSCL, and Sebastian Fabic.
Yeah, this is a little jam shot over the shortstop's head. Got just enough of it off the fist to fall in there for a base hit. Copperheads now have hits in all of the first 3 innings. Haven't been able to get him off first base, though. See if Fabic can spark a 2-out rally here.
Fabic in infield singles last time up. As his first pitch swings, a ground ball over towards short. The underhand toss to second in time, a fielder's choice for Fabic. And that will end the top of the third. Still no score here in Xenia, Ohio, as the Copperheads and Scouts are held scoreless. Going to the bottom of the third. Scouts coming to the plate. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit, and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region.
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
Bottom of the third here in Xenia, Ohio. Alan Goodwin, Brandon Wilson, and then the top of the lineup for the Xenia Scouts. Goodwin making the start today behind the plate as he'll face off against Jackson Mandela. Mandela allowed a walk, but then got the next three to fly outs. One to short, left, and then center. As the first pitch is in for a called strike to Alan Goodwin, 0-1. Geip caught yesterday's game for the Xenia Scouts, so Alan Goodwin was not in there as he lines one out into left center field. Ranging over is the center fielder Carter Cross. Makes a catch a couple steps in front of the warning track in left center for the first out. So Alan Goodwin gave it a ride, but Carter Cross able to cover that much land out there.
Yeah, we haven't seen Cross out in center yet, but it's made a couple tough plays on the run in these first couple innings. A couple balls hit all the way out to the track, as you just mentioned. Cross been able to track him down, as we've said a bunch, I feel like, over these past few broadcasts. The outfield, real stellar for the Copperheads this year. Cover a lot of ground. Not too many balls get down.
Well, we'll see how Zion Avery takes out into the outfields. First start out there for him, but so far looks good. Even backed up Carter Cross on that play. Even Avery could have made the play in left center field. So again, Zion Avery showing good range as the first pitch missed to Brandon Wilson for a ball. As now he swings and flies one over the press box. Brings the count even at 1-1 So 1-1 the count to Brandon Wilson, who's batting .155 on the season, 11 hits and 71 at-bats. 7 runs, 9 RBIs as Mandela bounces one to Scott Combs. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 is fouled straight back. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. From Brandon Wilson. Doesn't have a double or a triple. It does have 2 home runs. 5 walks and has struck out 20 times. Kind of the quintessential power hitter as he lines one right at, it caroms off the glove of Daniel Cruz at short, goes out into the outfield. Daniel Cruz thought he had it lined up, jumped maybe just a bit early, unable to make the catch. That'll be a single for Brandon Wilson, and the top of the lineup coming back around.
Yeah, just enough for Brandon Wilson to get that over the glove of Daniel Cruz. He had the leap, looked like he had it lined up, but just enough to get it over his glove.
And now Jared Eaton, who struck out his last time up, stands in 0 for 1 today as he swings and fouls one straight down to the turf, 0-1. So 0-1 the count to Jared Eaton. As now the 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball that hits the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the third with a runner on first. Brandon Wilson with the single over the glove of Daniel Cruz. Man on first for the Xenia Scouts. As now the team has advanced safely to second base yet in today's game. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and found straight back, popping up out of his crouch with Scott Combs ready to try and get Brandon Wilson, who was on the move on that pitch. But it was a foul ball from Jared Eaton. We'll do it all over again, 0-2. Fastball misses just below. 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
Not a bad 2-strike pitch there, below the knees, trying to get him to chase. This ball kind of dropped out of the zone there at the end. Good take there from Eaton.
There's a 1-2 line drive right at the second baseman Trey. The throw to first is bounced and not being able to handle by Chris Gambert. Reese Trey just a little short on the throw, unable to convert the double play. And Jackson Henderson will now bout for the Scouts.
Yeah, just one of those for Trey. He kind of knew he had the out, so he tried to think about it a little bit too much, held on to it a little bit too long, bounced the throw. It's a throw he knows he can make 9 times out of 10, but just that time got a little bit away from him, but no hurt. That runner stays at first, 2 away now.
No, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third, and a runner on first for the Xenia Scouts. Jackson Henderson at the plate as a block on the outside part of the plate by Scott Combs. Keeps the ball in front of him and keeps Brandon Wilson at first. 1-0 the count, 2 outs. Henderson today 0 for 1 was the second strikeout victim for Jackson Mandela. As the 1-0 is flied off into foul territory to the right side and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 from Mandela on the move is Wilson. The throw down to second gets away from the second baseman Trey and all the way out into left field. Zion Avery has it. The throw to Daniel Cruz to get it back into the infield. Scott Combs threw it right where he needed to, but the ball bounced out of the glove of Reese Trahey and went all the way out into left field. Brandon Wilson steals second and goes all the way to third on the error.
Well, it actually looked like on Wilson's slide, he kicked the ball out in the left field rather than hit the glove of Trahey. As you mentioned, throw put in the right spot. Just kind of a freak play there where Wilson slid right where the ball was and kicks it out in the left field. Luckily, they get it back in to stop him at third.
And a good block by Scott Combs again. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. Or 1-2, says the home plate umpire Ron Mers. So 1 ball, 2 strikes with a runner on third for the Xenia Scouts. Mandela pitching from the windup. He deals a 1-2, is taken on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Jackson Henderson goes down looking. Mandela refuses to give up the run here in the bottom of the third as this game remains scoreless. Heading to the top of the fourth. The throw to Joey Medora for the middle innings. As we'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Schneider, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Schneider, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.schneiderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Order the order due up for the Copperheads in the top of the fourth as they look to crack the scoreboard first. As through the first 3 innings, neither team able to scratch across a run. Chris Gambert, Reese Trey, and Zion Avery all due up as they look to get on the scoreboard first. Have had a base hit in all of the first 3 innings, but haven't been able to get them off first base, all 3 of them being singles. as Timothy Watkins has had a strong start so far. First pitch into Chris Gambert, taken for a strike at the knees, 0-1. Gambert had a hard hit ball to second his last time up, but it was a 4-3 double play. So it was hit right to where the infielders were playing as the 0-1 pitch catches the outside corner. And Gambert quickly down in the count now, 0-2. As looking to pick up his first knock since returning to play yesterday after a little time off. As the 0-2 into Gambert will miss up above the letters for a ball. Try to get in the chase. It'll be a 1-2 count now. As Watkins so far has 3 strikeouts through the first 3 innings, allowed 3 hits. Not a walk surrender. The 1-2 pitch misses low and inside to Gambert, evens up the count at 2. But the Copperheads took the first game of the series last night, winning 8-5 over the Scouts. Looking to clinch the series win with a victory tonight. The 2-2 lined foul down the first base line. Gambert battling at the plate. As Watkins from the stretch, where he's been pitching from the whole game. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, grounded out towards short. Picked up on the hop throw on the first of the long one, but it will be in time to retire Chris Gambert just by a step. And the leadoff man is retired in the top of the 4th.
Well, just a nice backhand play by the shortstop Wilson, ranging into the hole on the left side. Strong throw gets Chris Gambert.
Up deep in the hole is where he fielded that ball. It makes a strong throw on the first in just enough time. So now Reese Trahey, the left-handed hitting second baseman, digs in. He flew out to center field back in the second inning in his first at-bat. As first pitch into him misses inside for a ball, 1-0. But Trahey looking for his first hit against this Scouts team as he's currently 0 for 6 on the series. Had an RBI ground out in the game yesterday. As the 1-0 pitch will catch the outside corner to Trahey, 1-1. As the 1-1 pitch swung on a miss on the outside corner. Took something off of that one, did Watkins. Now he's up in the count, 1-2 to Reese Trahey. As Trahey through the first half of the season saw nothing but action out in right field, but in the past few ball games been playing a lot of second base for Austin Dunphy. As 1-2 pitch, breaking ball gets away from Watkins, bounces. It'll be a 2-2 count now to Reese Trahey. Trahey has done a fine job out at second base. This count is even at 2-2. No score yet in the top of the 4th, 1 away. Here comes the pitch, taken inside, and this one gets off the tip of the glove of Goodwin and gets all the way back to the backstop. Now the count will run full to Trahey.
Not only did it get the tip of the glove, but it almost got just the nip of the jersey, too. Jersey just flying out a little bit loose, almost got it. That's how far that ball was in.
Well, the Copperheads lead the GLSCL in hit batsmen this season. So it would not be uncommon for it to happen. Here comes a full count pitch to Trahey. Swung on and chopped foul down the third base line, and we'll do it again at 3-2. As Trahey battling at the plate. Came into the ball game batting .246 on the season. Just trying to keep that average climbing. Here comes the 7th pitch of the AB. Swung on and popped up, foul, but behind the press box and well out of play. So the 8th pitch of the at-bat will be coming next as Trahey being a tough out with 1 away in the top of the 4th. Still no score. The Copperheads have picked up a hit in every inning, but have not been able to string them together and move a runner around. Scouts only have 1 hit on Jackson Mandela. As the 8th pitch, full count, breaking ball misses inside to Reese Trahey, and he will trot down to first. First walk given up by Timothy Watkins on the day, and a 1-out base runner for the Copperheads.
Well, just a great at-bat by Reese Trahey. Saw a lot of pitches from Watkins. Was down in the count, worked it full, and then worked the walk.
But now Zion Avery will get a chance to bat with a runner on first and 1 away. Avery had a single up the middle his first time up. was stranded at first base. First pitch into him, and they have Reese Trey picked off, but he breaks for second, and there's no one covering the bag as Reese Trey was moving on. The first move from the lefty Watkins got a good jump and is able to get down to second safely. It's a stolen base, runner in scoring position now with one away. So now Avery will get a chance at driving an RBI if he can get a ball into the alley. Perhaps just a base hit. First pitch into him, misses a little bit high to Zion, 1-0.
A perfect 5 for 5 in stolen base attempts by Reese Trahey. Might not be what he was looking for there, but still gets the base nonetheless.
So a check to Reese Trey, dancing around at second now. Pickoff attempt at second base. He's back in, sliding safely. Tag applied by Wilson, not in time. Trey drawing a lot of attention on the base paths. Looking for a good secondary lead so he can score on a Zion Avery base hit. As here comes the 1-0 into Avery. Will miss high and outside for a ball. Avery up in the count now, 2-0. As Zion Avery on the season has 9 RBIs. 5 of them came in that 2 home run game he had against the Muskingum Clippers. That's 2-0 pitch. Will miss high and away for a ball. And 3-0 count. Now have to wonder if they're just going to put Avery on first with a base open and one away to try to set up the double play. As now, quick visit from Cody Canclers to his pitcher. Canclers at third base in this game, where he started in the game last night as well. Trying to calm Timothy Watkins down a little, who has been solid up to this point. But that's a 3-0 count to Zion Avery, as Avery will readjust the batting gloves, now stand back in the box. Watkins will get his sign from the catcher, Goodwin. And now comes set at the belt. Trahey not a big lead at second base, but a big secondary. Comes the 3-0 pitch, misses low and inside to Zion Avery. A 4-pitch walk, back-to-back walks for the Copperheads. As now runners on first and second, so perhaps trying to set up the double play with one away in the inning.
That ball was close. I don't know if it was intentional or not to walk Zion Avery, as now the catcher Goodwin will visit him out on the mound, along with the pitching coach. But it was a pitch that was close, just didn't get the call.
So the first 2 walks issued by Watkins come in this inning. As Connor just mentioned, now a quick visit to the mound as Scott Combs will be the batter, trying to give the Copperheads their first run of the ball game, as well as the first run in the ball game. As Combs struck out swinging in his last at-bat, one of 3 strikeouts for Watkins so far in the game. But the mound visit broken up. Scott Combs stepping into the box now, looking to knock in his Michigan State teammate who stands out on second. Zion Avery leads off at first, no one holding him on. But Combs is ready in the box. And here comes the delivery from Watkins, taken high and away for a ball. As now it's been 6 straight balls for Watkins. He'll try to refine the zone here. As Trey dancing out on second base, the 1-0 pitch will be a strike. Now even up the count at 1. So Watkins came into the ballgame tonight with a 29-13 strikeout to walk ratio. Hasn't walked too many batters this season. Reese Trahey acts like he's breaking for third, then pulls up. Scott Combs swings and fouls a pitch back over the screen. He'll be down in the count now, 1-2.
Well, no risk situation for the Copperheads. If Reese Trahey just fakes going to third. Best case scenario, catcher Goodwin throws it over Canclerts, and Trahey takes third on the throw over.
So 1-2 count now with one away into Scott Combs. No score yet in the game. Here comes a pitch from Watkins. Combs thought about swinging, takes it outside, though. And they'll even up the count at 2. To the Copperheads backstop. As Scott Combs has caught pretty much every other day. Over the weekend, had to catch a couple games in a row. With Chris Gambert not being able to play. As 2-2 pitch in the Combs is in the dirt and blocked by the catcher Goodwin. Now will run the count full now with 1 away. But with the addition of Tanner Johnson, Scott Combs has gone back to just being the every other day catcher for the Copperheads.
Tried to preserve the knees, keep him healthy all season long.
Combs, of course, was on the team last year that won the GLSCL championship. As a full count delivery, runners take off. Combs swings and grounds it out towards the shortstop. He bobbles it and it gets out into left field. Reese Trahey will now come in to score on the error from the shortstop Wilson. As it wasn't a hard hit ball, but Wilson misplays it. It gets through him out into left field. And on the error, Reese Trahey comes in to score. It's a 1-0 Copperheads lead with runners still on first and second and 1 away.
Well, my guess is Wilson heard the steps of Zion Avery going to second base, tried to hurry the throw and get Scott Combs going to first, but didn't have the ball to begin with. Got to get the ball in the glove first and then try to make the throw. Just didn't see the ball into the glove.
So the first run of the game comes on the error. Now Carter Cross, who popped up in foul ground to first base. His first time up will get a chance to hit. Here comes a pitch. Catches the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 now to Carter Cross. Cross getting his first start in center field for the Copperheads this year. Mainly been in left field in the games he's played in so far. As the 0-1 pitch misses inside to Carter Cross, even up the count at 1. As now an error apiece for both teams after the error by Wilson. As here comes a 1-1 into Carter Cross, misses low, blocked by the catcher Goodwin. Runners stay put, 2-1 count. As Watkins, very strong through the first 3 innings, threw a lot of strikes, but a couple of walks and an error this inning has cost him a run. As 2-1 pitch swung on and flied out into center field, backing up is the center fielder Eaton. He'll have plenty of time to camp under it, make the catch. Zion Avery fakes a tag to third. Throw comes into the shortstop Wilson. Runners stay put, 2 away now in the inning. And now Tanner Glass will come up looking to keep the inning alive.
Number 38, third baseman, Tanner Glass.
Tanner Glass struck out in his first at-bat. He was the third strikeout victim. And the last one. As here comes the first pitch into Glass. He'll take it on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. That's the 1-0 Copperheads lead. Zion Avery on second base. Scott Combs at first with 2 away in the inning. Here comes the 0-1 into Tanner Glass. It will be an off-speed pitch. Catches at the knees of Tanner Glass, quickly behind in the count, now 0-2. So we'll have to shorten up the swing. Try to protect here with 2 strikes. As Watkins trying to limit the damage in the inning. As here comes the 0-2 delivery in the Glass. Stays outside for a ball taken by Tanner Glass, 1-2. As Avery with a big lead off second base as he's not being held right now. Now he takes a step back. Here comes the 1-2 lined out into right center field, and that ball will get down into the gap and all the way to the wall. Coming in to score is Zion Avery. Now being sent in to score is Scott Combs. Pulling into second is Tanner Glass. Both runs come in to score. A 2-strike, 2-out, 2 RBI double for Tanner Glass. 3-0 Copperheads lead in the top of the 4th.
Just a nice piece of hitting from Tanner Glass. Takes it all the way deep out into right center field. One hop the fence. Good piece of hitting from Glass. He's a big guy. I was waiting for him to get a hold of one and gave it a ride.
So a big 2-out hit for Tanner Glass. RBIs 3 and 4 on the year for him, as well as his first extra base hit for the Copperheads, as first pitch into Daniel Cruz is swung on and fouled down the third base line towards the dugout. 0-1. But you knew as soon as that ball was hit, it was going to be trouble, as Eaton could not get it out in right center field. And it one hops the wall. He cruises into second base with a double. As the 0-1 into Daniel Cruz will miss outside for a ball. 1-1. After a fairly easy first 3 innings, trouble for Timothy Watkins here in this fourth, as 3 runs have already come in, another one standing out on second. If Daniel Cruz can get a ball into the outfield, the 1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back over the press box, and Cruz is down in the count now 1-2. Daniel Cruz is 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Flew out in foul ground to left field his last time up. Trying to keep this inning alive for the Copperheads, as the 1-2 pitch misses just a bit outside to Cruz. And even up the count at 2. But if Cruz can reach the top of the order, and Zach Iverson is on deck. These Copperheads have been real timely with the 2-out hits over this last stretch of games. A 2-2 misses low and inside to Daniel Cruz. Try to get him to chase the breaking ball in the dirt, but that will run the count full now. As Watkins trying to avoid a third walk this inning. The count is full to Daniel Cruz leading off second. Tanner Glass, who just roped a 2-run double. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Daniel Cruz swings and pops it in foul ground down the first baseline, heading over the first baseman and catcher. But they're unable to get there in time. It lands just in front of the Copperheads dugout down the first baseline. It'll be another full count pitch for Daniel Cruz.
Well, they might have thought that ball was going to hit the top of the dugout and just kind of skimmed and went right down, stayed in play.
So now the 7th pitch of the AB is coming into Daniel Cruz. Trying to keep this inning going. The Copperheads already scored 3. 2 of them coming on the 2 RBI double from Tanner Glass. As another full count pitch into Daniel Cruz, swung on and fouled out of play down the left field line. And Daniel Cruz not going down quietly in this top half of the 4th inning. As the sun is starting to peek through here at Grady's Field. It was drizzling a little bit when we threw out the first pitch, but the rain has since stopped. Sunshine now. As here comes the 8th pitch to Daniel Cruz, is lined out into fairly deep center field, going by to center fielder Eaton, and he will not be able to get there. It one hops over the wall for a ground rule double. Tanner Glass comes trotting in to score. Daniel Cruz pulls into second with an RBI double. Back-to-back RBI doubles for the Copperheads with 2 outs. It's now 4-0.
Well, the way that Cruz has been hitting the ball as of late, you had to wonder when that was going to come. He just smacked that ball deep out into center fields.
Now for the Copperheads, number 14.
Daniel Cruz has a power, already has a home run this season. But now finally he's getting a stroke back and has been able to drive the ball.
That is the 16th RBI for him this season, as first pitch into Zach Iverson is taken for a strike. 0-1. As those 16 RBIs are good for second on the team, only trailing Sebastian Fabic, who has 25. Also Cruz's 5th double on the year and 6th extra base hit. As the 0-1 into Zach Iverson misses in the dirt. Now Daniel Cruz will break for third, and he'll be in there safely on the wild pitch. So now he's just 90 feet away from scoring if Zach Iverson can pick up a base hit into the outfield. The Copperheads hanging the crooked number here in the 4th after going relatively quiet in the first 3 innings off Timothy Watkins. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Iverson chased it on the outside part of the plate, comes up empty. 1-2 count now. But back-to-back doubles with 2 away, played 3 of the 4 runs in the inning. As now the 1-2 pitch into Watkins. Breaking ball stays inside to Zach Iverson. He backs up a little bit, evens up the count at 2. As Watkins trying to finish out the Copperheads in this inning. The 2-2 pitch runs high and inside to Iverson, and now the count runs full to back-to-back batters for the Copperheads. And now the 4th full count worked by a Copperheads batter this inning off Timothy Watkins, who worked relatively quickly the first time through the Copperheads order, but struggling this second time around. The 3-2 pitch into Zach Iverson, swung on and grounded out towards second, fielded cleanly, and the throw on to first is in time to retire the side in the inning, but not for the Copperheads. Pick up 4 runs on a couple doubles from Tanner Glass and Daniel Cruz as they now lead it 4-0 over the Scouts heading into the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's, located off of Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood, Ohio Realty, will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood, bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002. We're proud of that affiliation and excited to sponsor Fireworks Night again this year on June 29th. As one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region, Schneider, Fuller, and Stroh is focused on helping our clients secure their financial future. What's your plan? Give them a call at 594-8385.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
I'm Zach Iverson. I'm from Michigan State.
By the Copperheads in the top of the 4th, they lead it 4-0 in the bottom of the 4th. And a couple of defensive changes. Now Ty Krittenberger enters the game in left field for the Copperheads. Zion Avery moves over to first. Chris Gambert removed from the ball game. But it was 4 runs on 2 hits for the Copperheads in the top of the 4th, as Mandela will look for another shutout inning and get the bats back to work. He'll have to face the heart of the order this inning. Cody Cancor, Steven Saunders, and Ben Clausen. Only surrendered 1 hit the first time through the order. Looking to continue his solid performance so far. As Cody Canclors lead it off, he flied out to center field to end the first inning his last time up. As Mandela has been working pretty fast so far. Only 2 base runners allowed on a walk and a single. As first pitch into Canclors misses outside for a ball, 1-0. As the 1-0 pitch from Mandela chopped out towards Tanner Glass at third. He fields it on the hop. Throw on to first will not be in time. Will be an infield single for Cody Canclors. Second hit on the game for the Scouts, and they have a leadoff base runner now in the bottom of the 4th.
Nothing really Tanner Glass could have done there. Just tried to throw it over in time to first. Couldn't do it.
So Canclors has his first hit in the ball game and in the series. Now Steven Saunders, who drew a walk, 4-pitch walk his last at-bat.
First baseman number 22, Steven.
Will dig in. Saunders went 2 for 5 yesterday with a couple of long doubles. One bouncing over the wall for a ground rule double and a couple RBIs. First pitch into him. Misses for a ball, 1-0. As Mandela working out of the stretch. Will kick and deal, and that ball is laced out into right field. Sebastian Fabic ranging into right center field. He'll make the catch on a line for the first out of the inning, so loud contact from Saunders, but finds the glove of Sebastian Fabic. 1 out now in the inning.
Yeah, it's the best case scenario for Jackson Mandela. Walked him the first time, a hard hit ball, but able to come over and make the catch with Fabic.
So now Saunders retired. The DH Ben Clausen digs in. He popped out to short in his first AB. Still on first is Cody Kanklers. As Mandela comes set. Now a quick pickoff attempt, not a strong throw, but Kanklers still goes diving back in. Not a tag applied from Zion Avery.
Just kind of lobbed it over there.
He always seems to do that when he picks off. He never really has a hard throw over the first. Just trying to keep the runners close.
Save the best for last. There it is.
Now there comes a strong throw over. Kanklers dives in again this time. Still not a tag applied from Avery, but Mandela keeping him close over there at first. As now he'll come home to Ben Clausen. He lines that one out into left field. That will fall in for a base hit. Pulling into second is Cody Kanklers. Ty Krittenberger. We'll see some action for the first time in the ballgame. Throws it into Daniel Cruz at short. And now a couple scouts on the base pass with one away for Brett Carson.
Hard hit ball from Clausen. Seems like the scouts are seeing Mandel a little bit better here in the bottom of the fourth.
So Brett Carson, he flew out in foul ground to left field his last time up, which at the time was Zion Avery playing out there. He moved to first this inning with Chris Gambert exiting the game. As Mandela, first pitch into him, will miss a little bit high and outside for a ball, 1-0. As the middle infielders at double play depth. Corner infielders playing back. As 1-0 pitch will miss in the same spot as the last one. It'll be a 2-0 count now to Brett Carson. As Carson on the season batting at .238. As he has pitched for the Scouts as well this year. As 2-0 pitch will miss low and inside for a ball. Now Mandela threatening to load the bases here with only 1 out. Down 3-0. Runners on first and second. As Mandela comes set. 3-0 pitch will come right down Main Street, taking all the way. Was Carson. The count now 3-1. So Mandela trying to battle all the way back in this at-bat. As he already has issued 1 walk in the game, looking to avoid his second. As the 3-1 pitch swung on and lined out towards Daniel Cruz. At short, he makes a play, throw on to second. Reese Trey covers, and it's a double play. Leaning off the bag was Cody Kanklers on the line drive. Daniel Cruz hauls it in. Trey heads up and covers the bag. And the double play is turned to get the Copperheads out of a bit of a jam in the bottom of the fourth, heading to the top of the fifth. Still 4-0 Copperheads. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today.
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
2, 3, and 4 due up. Sebastian Fabic, Ty Krittenberger, and Reese Trahey. As Copperheads look to build on this 4-0 lead after hanging a 4 spot in the top of the 4th. Timothy Watkins stays on the mound for the Scouts. As first pitch into Fabic will be a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. I'm sure Watkins would like to use a mulligan on that last inning as he shut out the Copperheads through the first 3. But gave up a couple doubles last inning. The Copperheads score 4 runs. The 0-1 into Fabic. Another breaking ball. This one stays up high. 1-1. As the doubles came from Tanner Glass, pointed 2 RBIs. Daniel Cruz followed up by a ground rule double, scoring Glass. As a 1-1 pitch misses outside for a ball. 2-1. As another one came in on a ball batted by Scott Combs, error by the shortstop Wilson, and Reese Trahey came in to score. That's how the 4 runs came across. As 2-1 pitch into Fabic is grounded out towards Wilson at short. He'll field it on a hop, make a strong throw over to first in time to retire Fabic. And the leadoff man retired in the top of the 5th. Ty Krittenberger will now come up.
Big out for Watkins to get, and Sebastian Fabic. Fabic is just tearing the cover off the ball as of late. So big out number 1 here in the top of the 5th.
Well, you say as of late all season. For over a month now, Fabic's been hitting the ball hard to all fields. And now Ty Krittenberger, first pitch he sees on the day, is lined out into center field for a base hit. As Krittenberger entered the game in the bottom of the 4th as a defensive sub for Chris Gambert. But he wastes no time making an impact. Gets a base hit up the middle, and he's 1 for 1 on the day. So now a 1-out base runner for the Copperheads for Reese Trahey.
First pitch he sees, lines it out into center. Krittenberger has really been seeing the ball as of well.
So now Trahey, who walked and came around to score just an inning ago, 0 for 1 on the day. Also stole a bag when he reached base. First pitch into him will miss low for a ball, 1-0. But Krittenberger came into that bat, batting .191. The average will climb a little bit now. As a 1-0 pitch, Krittenberger takes off, swung on a miss by Trey. Throw down, not in time. Krittenberger swipes the bag fairly easily. Got a good jump on the pitcher. That's now his 6th stolen base on the year, and a runner in scoring position now with 1 away.
Good jump from Ty Krittenberger. Perfect on the season.
As a pickoff attempt now to second. Ball gets out into center field, and Krittenberger will sprint towards third base. He will pull in safely. Eaton didn't have a play on him. So now just a fly ball could potentially get Krittenberger home. With 1 out of the inning, he now stands on third.
Well, perfect small ball baseball from Ty Krittenberger. Gets a base hit to go on to the base paths, steals second, and then takes third on the error.
So now the infield will be drawn in with the runner on third. It's a 1-1 count still to Reese Trahey. As he'll just try to lift one to the outfield to get Krittenberger home. The 1-1 chop foul down the first baseline. And a heck of an effort there from first base coach Michael Blatchford to track that one down.
Well, I mean, he's kind of been just standing around all day. Might as well get his cardio in. Did not see him running laps around the field. See him running laps at Bob Brent all the time. Not sure if he got his jog in or not.
The 1-2 into Trey, lined out deep into right field, going back to right fielder, and it will be caught, but Ty Krittenberger will easily come in to score for the 5th run. Copperheads are now lead at 5-0 as Trey gave that ball a ride. Did more than he had to do to get the run in. Jackson Henderson tracks it down back at the warning track, but a 5-0 Copperheads lead now.
Well, exactly what you want to see from the Copperheads after scoring 4 back in the top of the 4th. You score, and you continue to score throughout the rest of the game.
So an RBI sac fly for Trey. He now has 1 RBI in both the games in this series. 2 away now in the inning. Zion Avery will take that pitch up and outside for a ball, 1-0. Avery's 1 for 1, had a single up the middle in his first at-bat, then walked and came around to score his last time up. As 1-0 pitch will catch the outside corner for a strike. Avery thought it might have been a little outside, but it'll be a 1-1 count into him. As you mentioned, Connor, adding on runs, something the Copperheads coach Austin Dunphy has stressed all season long. As a 1-1 breaking ball comes in for a strike, 1-2 now, as he mentions with the short bullpen that they have, they want to take all the runs that they can possibly get and keep adding on to their lead. As 1-2 pitch, got Avery to chase it in the dirt, throw on to first from the catcher to Saunders covering, and the side will be retired, but the Copperheads add another run on the sac fly from Reese Trey, deep out into right field. It's 5-0 now heading into the bottom of the fifth. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
I'm Sam Worst.
First 4 innings, looking to keep that up here in the bottom of the fifth. As the bottom of the order's due up, Logan Matson, Alan Goodwin, and Brandon Wilson. As Copperheads hold a 5-0 lead. Heading into the bottom of the fifth. First pitch of the inning misses outside to Logan Matson for a ball 1-0. Matson hit a ball a long way out into center field his first time up, but it was caught by Carter Cross back at the warning track. And he was retired as the 1-0 pitch from Mandela into him will miss low and away for a ball. Quickly ahead, 2-0 is Matson. As here comes a 2-0 pitch from Mandela. Comes right down the middle for a strike. 2-1 count now. As Mandela looking to pick up his third win on the season for the Copperheads. Currently has a 2-2 record. 2-1 pitch. Runs outside, gets away from Scott Combs. Now Matson will be looking for his pitch here at 3-1. As Mandela, only 3 hits allowed so far, but it's seen a lot of traffic on the base paths as he's allowed a couple of walks. He's been able to force a couple double plays to get out of some jams. That's 3-1 pitch, misses just a bit high and outside for a ball, so the leadoff walk. Second one issued by Mandela on the game. Both of them have been leadoff walks. As now the catcher, Alan Goodwin, will dig in.
Catcher number 23, Alan Goodwin.
Alan Goodwin flew out to center field in this first AB. As catching in the ball game tonight after he was out of the lineup yesterday. First pitch into him misses inside for a ball 1-0. As Mandela looked to refine the strike zone here after the leadoff walk. As the 1-0 pitch, runner goes. It's chopped towards third. Tanner Glass coming in. He will make the running throw on to first, and it'll be scooped out by Zion Avery in time. Runner who was going on the pitch moves all the way up to third. But a nice play from Tanner Glass on the run, and a nice scoop at first by Zion Avery to retire Goodwin, but the runner moves all the way up to third with just 1 out.
Well, tremendous play by Tanner Glass to get out number one. Like you said, on the move was Matson. Went all the way to second and then got to third just because he was in motion. But Glass made a nice play, transferred it from the glove to hand quickly, and was able to get Goodwin out.
So now the leadoff hitter, Brandon Wilson, comes up to bat. He's 1 for 1 on the day. First pitch breaking ball, chopped foul towards the third base coaching box. 0-1 count. As Wilson, not the best batting average this year, came in just batting 155. As the 0-1 pitch into him misses away for a ball, 1-1. Wilson will look to get a ball into the outfield to score a run. As Copperheads infield still playing back with the 5-0 lead. The 1-1 pitch lined out into center field, but Reese Trahey ranges over up the middle to make the catch. Nice range shown there from Trahey, as it looked like that ball might fall in for an RBI single, but Trahey makes the catch. 2 away now in the inning. Will take a base hit to score that runner from third.
Yeah, just a lot of range showed by Trahey. That ball had RBI single all written over it until Trahey just plucked it out of the air.
So now the lineup turns over to Jared Eaton, who's 0 for 2 as the first pitch into him misses for a ball, 1-0. But Eaton out of Auburn University has struck out and lined out to second in his 2 at-bats as the 1-0 pitch is a breaking ball, misses low. 2-0 now to Eaton. As Eaton, a late addition to this team, didn't make it play his first game until June 20th. He grounds that one towards first. Zion Avery covering at first is the pitcher Mandela. He beats Eaton to the bag for the out, and that runner will be stranded at third base. So the Copperheads continue to blank the Scouts through 5. It's Copperheads 5, Scouts nothing. Heading into the top of the 6th. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi, in addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person out.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Game 2 between the Copperheads and Scouts here at Grady's Field. It's Copperheads lead at 5-0. In the top of the 6th inning, Scott Combs, Carter Cross, and Tanner Glass all due up, looking to build on this Copperheads lead as Timothy Watkins staying on the mound for his 6th inning of work. First pitch into Scott Combs, breaking ball stays high for a ball, 1-0. Combs is 0 for 2, struck out in his first at-bat, then reached on an error that scored Reese Trahey. He came around to score later on in the inning as the 1-0 pitch swung on and line foul down the third base line, even up the count at 1 to Combs. As Watkins now looks in, gets his sign. The 1-1 pitch into Scott Combs will catch the outside corner for a strike. Combs in like the call. But it'll be a 1-2 count as the Copperheads with a victory. Looking to make it 5 out of 6. As they've won their last 4 of 5. As the 1-2 pitch into Scott Combs is swung on a line up the middle. It will get through into center field for a base hit. So Combs picks up his first knock on the day. 1 for 3 now. The leadoff man is on. Carter Cross will come in to hit.
No, Scott Combs has really been seeing the ball well. Has his average back up to 300. Nice to see from the catch from Michigan State.
as you mentioned. Didn't have the best luck with the bat back in the spring, batting 150, but has been very serviceable for the Copperheads, up around 300, playing every other day at catcher. Is now a pickoff attempt to Scott Combs. And I'm not sure how often you'll see Scott Combs get a draw pickoff attempt over at first base.
I'm not sure how many stolen bases we'll see from Scott Combs.
Now one of the faster guys on this Copperheads team. First pitch into Carter Cross, misses outside for a ball, 1-0. As now here down in the dugout, they're telling him to get further off the bag after the pickoff attempt. The 1-1 pitch into Carter Cross is swung on and fouled over the press box. It will be a 1-1 count now to Cross.
Well, Combs is not interested in taking any more steps away from the bag than he needs to.
Well, as you mentioned, no stolen bases on the year, as we might expect. As well as no caught stealing, though.
Hey, he gets on base, gets his hits, knocks in RBIs.
As now Combs takes off the 1-1 pitch, and right on cue, he will steal second base in time. So he gets a good jump off Watkins, steals his first base on the year. So maybe Watkins had a reason to be worried about him over at first base, as the pitch was a ball to Carter Cross, 2-1.
Well, I wonder how much of that was aided by his teammates in the dugout. Kind of egg him on to go to second base, and you know what? He gets his first stolen base of the year.
He must have got a great jump. He was in there with ease. A 2-1 into Carter Cross, lined out into fairly deep right field, coming over the right fielder, and he will make the play on the run. Scott Combs will tag up and head for third. So at the very least, Cross able to move Combs 90 feet closer to scoring with just one away, as now Tanner Glass will step up.
Now to the plate for the Copperheads, number 38, Tanner Glass.
As Tanner Glass roped a 2-out, 2 RBI double his last time up for his first extra base hit on the year, as well as RBIs 3 and 4 on him for the season. As the infield drawn in again, as first pitch in the Glass grounded foul down the third baseline, 0-1. But another RBI chance here for Glass with that runner on third and less than 2 outs, only 1 away in the inning. That's probably one of the hardest hit balls we've seen Glass hit all season his last time up. As the 0-1 into Watkins bounces in, blocked by the catcher Goodwin. Even up the count at 1. Copperheads played at 4 in the top of the 4th, added on another in the 5th for a 5-0 lead here in the top of the 6th inning, looking to add on. As 1-0 pitch is grounded too short to the drawn infield, will hold Scott Combs at first. Wilson will throw on to Steve Saunders at first base. So a 6-3 ground out, 2 away now in the inning, as Daniel Cruz will try to keep this inning alive.
Copperhead shortstop, number 37.
As Daniel Cruz, 1 for 2 on the day, hit a ground rule double that plated Tanner Glass his last time up for an RBI. Which that was RBI number 16 for Cruz on the season, as that pitch runs inside in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Goodwin, staying at third as Scott Combs, a 1-0 count now to Cruz. Cruz is second on the team in RBIs with 16, only trailing Sebastian Fabic, who has 25, which is impressive considering Cruz wasn't with the team for the first couple weeks of the season. As a 1-0 pitch now into him is swung on and grounded foul down the third base line. A 1-1 count now to Cruz. Cruz looking to pick up a base hit in the outfield to score Scott Combs at third base. As a 1-1 pitch lined out into left center field, ranging over center fielder Eaton, he will have enough time to make the catch and strand that runner at third base. So the Copperheads get Scott Combs all the way to third base, but unable to score the run as they still lead it 5-0 heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the Tap Room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side, locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors, and be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Hey, I'm Scott Combs, catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperhead Media Network.
Mandela taking the mound for the bottom of the sixth, as he has the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to deal with: Jackson Henderson, Cody Kanklers, and Steven Saunders. As Copperheads hold on to a 5-0 lead. Mandela's been very effective so far, only allowing 3 hits. Trying to keep that going. As first pitch into Henderson, swung on a pop foul over behind the press box. Scott Combs takes a peek at it, but knows he doesn't have a play. 0-1 now to Jackson Henderson. Henderson has been retired twice via the strikeout, one time swinging, one time looking. As he is 2 of 3 strikeouts for Mandela. As that ball is grounded towards Daniel Cruz, that's shorty. Fields it cleanly, throws it over to Zion Avery at first base in time to retire Henderson. And 2 pitches to retire the first man in the bottom of the 6th. So with that, Cody Kanklers will dig in. He's 1 for 2, has one of the only 3 hits for the Scouts in the ballgame on an infield single. His last time up was stranded at second base as he swings and fouls the first pitch back and out of play. 0-1. As Kanklers came into the series leading the team in batting average for the Scouts, but the Copperheads have been able to hold him at bay so far, as only allowing him 1 hit in 6 ABs. The 0-1 pitch grounded towards Reese Trahey. At second, he fields on the hop. Easy throw over to Zion Avery at first. And 4 pitches, a couple of ground balls for Mandela. And 2 retired in the bottom of the 6th. Now Steven Saunders digs in.
Well, just good pitching from Jackson Mandela. A little north of 65 pitches thrown here in today's ball game. So pitch count is low, has a chance to go 7.
Which is great at being at 6 innings, only throwing 65 pitches. Very effective, throwing a lot of strikes. First pitch into Steven Saunders. Took something off. It catches the outside corner for a strike. 0-1.
I was able to do the quick math right there. Now it's 68 pitches.
There you go.
You know, a journalism major.
Not the best math guys. The 0-1 pitch misses outside for a ball. 1-1. Luckily, we only had to take 1 math class in all of our time at OU. It's not really much of a math class. It's elementary statistical reasoning. So,
Well, I heard you didn't take statistics?
I did. Took it last year. It's a 1-1 pitch lined out into center field. Coming in is Carter Cross. And that will retire the batter. So a very quick inning there for Jackson Mandela. Only takes him 7 pitches to retire the side. As he continues to mow down the Scouts lineup heading into the top of 7th. Copperheads 5, Scouts 0. You're listening to Copperheads Baseball on the Copperheads Media Network. When we return, it'll be Connor Mills to finish out the ballgame with the play-by-play. You're listening to the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health. Rocky Brand is so much more than you think. Rocky Brand is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brand designs, develops, and markets hard-working boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brands story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year.
Ty Krinberger from Pompano, Florida. You're listening to Ched's Media.
Time for the 7th. Southern Ohio Copperheads 5, Xenia Scouts nothing, as it will be Samuel Willis on the mound replacing Timothy Watkins. Watkins went 6 innings in today's ball game, gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, only 1 was earned, as a first pitch fastball from Willis misses outside to Zach Iverson, 1-0. Samuel Willis from Chicago, Illinois, 6 foot, 170-pound sophomore from Trinity International University, as a fastball goes inside now to Zach Iverson. 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 the count. Samuel Willis pitching to Zach Iverson, and now a foul ball off towards the left side and out of play. So 2-1 the count. But for Willis, 0-2 on the season with a 12.67 ERA. This will be his 7th appearance out on the mound. Just the 3rd in relief. Has started 4 games for the Xenia Scouts, as a 2-1 pitch is outside, ball 3. 3-1. 19 1/3 innings pitched for Willis, 8 strikeouts, 15 walks, and has given up 39 hits. As the off-speed is taken high, ball 4, Zach Iverson reaches base for the 2nd time today. First walk allowed by Willis, and the 16th walk allowed by Willis on the season. So Zach Iverson, the leadoff man, gets on first for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, as there's nobody out here on the top of the 7th, with the Copperheads leading the Scouts 5-0. Now batting Sebastian Fabic. Fabic is 1 for 3 on the day with a base hit. Had a single back in the 1st, grounded into a fielder's choice and grounded out to short in his 2 other at-bats. As the first pitch to Fabic is a curveball, breaks in and hits him down in the leg area. Call it the left leg, left thigh. As now the first 2 have reached base against Samuel Willis.
Well, we can't go through a Copperheads game without a batter being hit by a pitch. That just can't happen.
No, somebody had to be hit by a pitch at some point during today's game. Unfortunately, that is the realization. That is the reality for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Someone will always get hit by a pitch, no matter what.
I mean, I honestly can't think of a game off the top of my head where we've had a guy not get hit by a pitch.
Well, Copperheads came into the day with 40 hit by pitches, leading the league. The most batters hit, as now a bunt by Ty Crittenberg is pulled back. It's a ball on the outside corner for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. Runners on first and second base here in the top of the 7th. The Copperheads 40 hit by pitches, 7 more than anybody else in the league. Galleon Graders have the 2nd most with 33.
I mean, that's almost double the amount of games we've played this year. We're 13-11, correct?
Yeah, 13-11.
24 games.
Somebody has always gotten hit, and
40.
It was
so
Zion.
That would be 48.
Yeah, Zion Avery got hit the most.
Showing the math skills on back-to-back innings here.
Line drive out into right field. That gets down for a base hit. Ty Crittenberger, 2 for 2 on the day. Rounding third and coming in to score is Zach Iverson. He's safe. The throw goes to third. The tag is applied on Sebastian Fabic. Fabic trying to stretch, going from second to third on the single from Ty Crittenberger, and gets thrown out at third So the first down is made here in the top of the 7th inning, but it's an RBI single for Ty Crittenberger.
Yeah, nice job by Crittenberger going down to get that pitch on the outside, just not trying to do too much. Takes it the other way for the RBI singles. I think Fabic thought that ball was going to come home, but Saunders heads up, cuts it off, throws it to third to get Fabic.
Ty Crittenberger with his 12th RBI on the year. As now Reese Trahey stands in from the left side, but not before a check over to Crittenberger on first. He goes back standing. There's only one man on the base paths now as Sebastian Fabic was thrown out trying to extend it over towards third. Crittenberger goes back hand first sliding, catches the outside portion of the base. Copperhead 6, Xenia Scouts nothing. They're on the top of the 7th inning. As the pitch to Reese Trahey misses high and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Trahey, lefty against the righty. As Ty Crittenberger is on the move, the throw down from Goodwin bounces and does not get there in time. Crittenberger is 2 for 2 on the day with stolen bases.
Yeah, and that's now 4 in the ball game for the Copperheads, being very aggressive on these Scouts pitchers, getting real good reads, getting pretty good jumps, just getting down to second easily.
Copperheads came into the day 9th in the GLSCL in stolen bases. As now fastball misses high to Reese Trahey. 3 balls and no strikes with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Crittenberger, the man at second base, he's in scoring position. Crittenberger came into the game to replace Chris Gambert, who left with injury. Holding on Wilson at second, trying to keep Crittenberger close, but it's ball 4. Second walk issued today by the pitcher Samuel Willis. And now there are runners on first and second base with 1 out here on the top of the 7th.
This is big for the Copperheads, continuing to add on these runs, as we've seen sometimes earlier on in the year where they jump out, like they have a 4-run inning like they had back in the 4th, and then they kind of just don't really do anything else the rest of the game. They just score 4 runs. They've been adding on today. They've constantly had base runners on, been making it real tough for the pitchers the Scouts have sent out there. It's putting together real quality at-bats.
It was that new mentality that manager Austin Dunphy tried to instill and has instilled on his crew here as against the Mariners. Everything kind of changed for the Copperheads. Went from the bottom of the GLSCL in the South Division all the way to the middle of the pack right now. Sitting at 13-11, but wins against the Mariners, the Clippers, the Monarchs. Little hiccup against the Green Giants, but back to business against the Galleon Graders, and took 1 out of 2 in a 2-game series against the Lima Locos, the North Division leading team. One game won 6-5 and then lost 18-4. But Copperheads have been playing with anybody, as well as anybody, here in the GLSCL this season. Just hasn't been all consistent, but as of late, consistency has been there. Copperheads have been getting their hits and driving in the runs.
Yeah, and going back to that Locos series, that's a real good team. I know you want to take 2 games from a team when you're at home, but the Locos, we saw in that Sunday game, they can just hit and hit and hit and hit some more. So the Copperheads being able to take a game from them, they're arguably the best team that we've probably seen so far this season. And it's a team that you're going to have to go through if you want to make a deep run in the postseason this year. So,
well, no one's even close to the Lima Locos right now in batting average. As a team, they're batting .312. Southern Ohio Copperheads are tied for second with the Cincinnati Steam at a batting average of .283. Of course, that will raise up in today's game. Copperheads 8 hits, as a fastball misses low and inside to the batter Zion Avery. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Zion Avery. As the lights have just been turned on in the grandstand area here at Grady's Field. A swing and a fly ball out towards the right side in foul territory. The first baseman makes the catch, dangles over the fence. What a play by Saunders, the first baseman, to range over there and get Zion Avery out on a tremendous catch over the fence.
Well, yeah, as we said multiple times, lots and lots of foul ground here at Grady's Field, and Saunders obviously gets to play here a lot, so he knows it pretty well. But that one took him all the way over top the wall. He just reaches over, able to hold himself up as well on the fence, makes a nice play for the second out of the inning.
So Zion Avery robbed at the plate. As Scott Combs bats in. Combs had a single his last time up and then stole a base, his first stolen base of the season. First pitch to Combs, his fastball that rides high and inside for ball one. Combs on the day, 1 for 3 with that single. Struck out in the second and reached base with an error back in the fourth. It was an error that scored an RBI and then came around to score. As now he's swinging a miss by Scott Combs, brings the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners on second and third as they both moved up on the fly ball from Zion Avery. Those caught in foul territory, both moved up. Over on third is Ty Crittenberger. On second, Reese Trahey. Time is called at the plate by Scott Combs. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Copperheads 6, Xenia Scouts nothing. Jackson Mandela pitching a gem for the Copperheads as Scott Combs takes a ball low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, not very often on a pop up to the first baseman you have 2 runners tag up, but that's just how much foul ground there is here at Grady's Field. I can equate it to the Coliseum that the Oakland A's play and how much ground there is in foul ground at that field.
And what really aided the 2 moving up as a hard hit ball bouncing over towards shortstop Wilson. The throw over to short is in time. A run will score. Well, not in time as it was a ground out by Scott Combs. Ty Crittenberger almost scored, but it was the 3rd out made, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Copperheads don't play at anybody here in the top of the 7th as they hold a 6-0 lead over the Xenia Scouts. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 7th on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ambassador Laundry, your locally owned and operated laundry and dry cleaning business, is a proud sponsor of the Copperheads. Stop by 15 West Stimson for all your laundry and dry cleaning needs.
It's a grand slam when you shop locally. Look for the Athens Area Chamber of Commerce logo and be sure to support the businesses that support the Athens Sandlot, our very own Copperheads, and our community. Love Athens. Keep it local, because together we make a difference.
The fun is just beginning in Athens, Ohio. Outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider of the Southern Ohio Copperheads. With toppings loaded from edge to edge, Donato's Pizza will be sure to satisfy your hunger. Located at 688 East State Street in Athens, make Donato.
I'm Sebastian Fabic from Cincinnati, Ohio, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Copperheads blanking the Xenia Scouts in what will be the last start of the year for Jackson Mandela, the last outing for him, as he'll have Ben Clausen, Brett Carson, and Logan Matson all at the plate. First pitch to Ben Clausen missed for a ball, and now the second pitch from Jackson Mandela misses low and away. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, you mentioned it being his final outings. A lot of these guys have innings numbers given to them, or innings pitch limits given to them by their college coaches.
As now a swing and a pop fly high over near second base. Ranging over into the hole is second baseman Reese Trahey, makes the catch, and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
So it's not exactly uncommon when you hear about these guys having to go home early because they reach their limit about midway through the summer because all the stuff going around, especially over the past few years with the Tommy John issues and all that other stuff. Don't want the guy to throw too many pitches and just burn out his arm. So coaches kind of put a cap on things like that to make sure guys aren't throwing too much throughout the summer.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Copperheads, but you always want to make sure you keep your pitchers safe. You make sure they maintain their health, especially in their arms. As Mandela, first pitch is in for a strike. Second pitch lined out into left center field, falling fast, but making the catch is Carter Cross. Cross, who has played left field for the majority of the time for the Copperheads, really showing his range out in center today. Makes a nice catch in the gap. Now there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, and that ball had base hit written all over, but Carter Cross, great jump on the ball, on it right away, and ranges into that left center field gap to make the catch on the run. As you mentioned, has been making plays all over in center field. Might be earning himself another look.
So Carter Cross, great defensively, just added to the list of good defenders for the Copperheads out in the outfield. As the first pitch swing, fouling it straight back is Logan Matson. Matson today 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field, also walked back in the 5th. So Jackson Mandel looking to tie his longest start of the year as a breaking ball misses just a bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Against the Graders and the Clippers and the Joes, Jackson Mandel has all gone 7 innings. As the fastball is swung on a miss, a high and inside fastball by Logan Matson gets him swinging. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, Mandel's really been a workhorse on the mound. Even when he doesn't have his best stuff, he's consistently going 6-7 innings for the Copperheads this season.
There's a 1-2 pitch. Is swung on and fouled off towards the right side over near the Copperheads bullpen. Colin Sells will just raise his glove a little bit. Now he raises his hand to say hello to the batter, Logan Matson, but he had no shot at that ball, as that was way out of the bullpen and over near the grass mounds to our right here at Grady's Fields. And just quickly talking about pitch counts and inning limits, Mandela, this will be his last start, and making his last start with Sam Worsing as a breaking ball misses just a bit high to Logan Matson. Brings the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I think the whole team sort of walking in the dugout on that pitch. They thought that pitch caught the top of the strike zone, but home plate umpire says a little bit up.
As now the 2-2 pitch from Jackson Mandela swung on and fouled straight back. Count is remaining at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But Sam Worsing in yesterday's game made his final start for the Copperheads. Jackson Mandela making his final start for them here today. The Copperheads will have to look and try and find some new pitchers, maybe some position players, but we'll have to figure it out as the fastball is swung on, popped up towards our right. Ranging over is the first baseman Zion Avery, and he won't reach it as that's sitting right on top of the grass mound. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But, I mean, this being his last start, it's been what a way to go out so far. Just a strike away from getting through 7 shutout innings, only allowing 3 hits. He's been all over the strike zone today. Looked pretty darn good.
2-2, ground ball over to Daniel Cruz over at the hole at short. The throw across is in time for the 3rd and final out here in the bottom of the 7th. We head to the top of the 8th. Copperheads pitching a shutout against the Xenia Scouts, 6-0. Copperheads bat in the top of the 8th. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni. For more details on internships and employment opportunities, visit www.fallgreenmortine.com.
You'll be living the life if you stay at the Holiday Inn Express with a free complimentary breakfast, high-definition televisions in all the rooms, and free Wi-Fi. In addition to being the only non-smoking hotel in Athens. Live the life, Holiday Inn Express.
Fans, Jackie O's Pub and Brewery is the official pregame and postgame hangout for the Copperheads. Be sure to meet us there before and after every game. From your pint to your plate, Jackie O's proudly presents over 40 beers on draft, produced right here in Athens. Newly remodeled public house and kitchen menu, uptown in-house bakery, 22-acre farm and taproom facility lunch specials, and locally sourced dinners, 7 days a week. 100-plus person outdoor patio, uptown. Learn more at JackieO's.com, Instagram, or Facebook today. After the game, be sure to stop by Jackie O's Uptown or the Tap Room on Campbell Street. Just because the game ended doesn't mean your night has to. Jackie O's, the official pregame and postgame sponsor of your Copperheads.
Hi, I'm Zion Avery. I go to Ohio University. I'm first baseman catcher for the Copperheads, and you're listening to Copperhead Network.
Top of the 8th inning, Copperheads looking to complete their first shutout of the season of the Xenia Scouts. Copperheads have at least allowed 1 run in every game so far as they sit at 13-11 as a win-loss record. But it'll be Carter Cross, Tanner Glass, and Daniel Cruz all due up here in the top of the 8th. First pitch swinging and fouling it back to the net is Carter Cross. 0 for 3 on the day. Fly balls to first, center, and right field off the bat of Cross as Samuel Willis is in for his second inning of work. 0-1 the count. Willis's pitch is a fastball drilled right back to the netting. Cross is just getting underneath of it. And now there are 2 strikes in the count.
Yeah, a couple of good swings on those pitches right on both of them, fouling them back into the screen. Just try to shorten up a little bit here with 2 strikes and, turn one of those balls around, send it the other way.
0-2 count. Samuel Willis. The pitch. Breaking ball that misses inside and a bit low. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Real nice take there from Cross, that front door breaking ball. Coming in, could be a tough pitch to take for a righty on right as it breaks in towards the plate, so you think it's going to come back for a strike, but he stayed on it, watched it for a ball.
The 1-2 from Willis is a ground ball over towards third baseman Ken Klurtz. The throw across the diamond in time for the first out here in the top of the 8th inning. Copperhead 6, Xenia Scouts nothing. With the out brings up Tanner Glass. Glass today had a big RBI, 2 RBI double back in the 4th. Came around to score as well. So Tanner Glass 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout, the 2 RBI double, and a ground out to short as he bats here in the top of the 8th inning. Samuel Willis came in to replace Timothy Watkins in the top of the 7th as the first pitch misses low and in the turf for ball 1. Watkins 6 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, only 1 earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Defense did not help out Watkins in today's start as the 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Infield playing back, outfield straight away. Copperheads ahead 6-0 on the Xenia Scouts as now a curveball is ripped at early by Tanner Glass and fouled off towards the left side. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he was on it, just a little bit out in front. Just got to wait back a little bit more on that pitch. Be shocked if he gets back-to-back breaking balls now.
1-2 the count. The pitch, it bends around Tanner Glass. No intention there, just a breaking ball that did not break. It just kind of looped around Tanner Glass, nowhere near the strike zone.
Yeah, well, he did get back-to-back breaking balls, but that one rides behind him. Easy take there.
You'd hope.
Now you're right back in the count at 2-2.
A 2-2 pitch, well, it hits Tanner Glass. We mentioned how Tanner Glass has been hit a little bit towards the more recent part of the season. It was Zion Avery taking a beating earlier on, and now Tanner Glass has decided to take the most hit by pitches. There's no welts on Tanner Glass. We asked him about it the last time he got hit 3 times in a game. It's just sore for Tanner Glass. Yeah, that was an off-speed pitch, so it might not have hurt as much as a fastball.
I feel like up and down the order, probably everybody's been hit at some point this season. I'd be shocked to find if somebody has hit.
No, Daniel Cruz now bats as he swings and flies one over the press box.
Actually,
nothing in 1.
Carter Cross, the only person who has not on the team.
But everybody else has.
Actually, Carter Cross and Tanner Johnson, but Johnson's only played in 3 games for the team, so his time's coming. Just give it a little bit.
Yeah, I can't forget about Erickson. Erickson played in a couple games this season. No longer on the roster, but a swing and a fly and a foul ball right back to the netting. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, Tanner Glass hit by a pitch. Number 7 is now tied with Zion Avery for the most on the team. 0-2 count to Daniel Cruz. Cruz today 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Runner on first base here in the top of the 8th with 1 out as Cruz takes a breaking ball low and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. 1 out, top of the 8th. Runner on first for the Copperheads. Copperheads lead 6-0 over the Xenia Scouts as a fastball misses low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Daniel Cruz.
Did I hear you right? You said Glass has been hit 7 times now as well?
Yep, Glass 7 times, Zion Avery 7 times.
Well, Glass came in like...
Yeah, Glass hasn't been here a whole long.
Yeah, only a couple weeks now.
Fastball, this one is way outside of the zone. Bounced in the turf and all the way back to the backstop. Rushing back to get it was Goodwin. Going from first to second is Tanner Glass. Now there's a runner in scoring position for Daniel Cruz here with 1 out in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, and those last 2 fastballs just getting away from Willis on the mound. He's going to try to settle down and find the strike zone here. Was way up 0-2. Now Cruz has worked himself a full count.
3-2 the count. The pitch is swung on and fouled off towards the left side, just left the line of third. And the count remains full. Now, Tanner Glass coming into the season probably about 4th way. Zion Avery has been here throughout the entirety of the season for the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and both are tied in hit by pitches at 7. That's an interesting nugget. The payoff pitch from Willis is a bouncing ball over toward short. Taken on a hop is the shortstop Wilson to throw to first in time. 2 outs. 2 outs recorded here on the top of the 8th. Copperheads still have a man on base, and Tanner Glass, who was hit by a pitch. He's on second. And now the lineup goes all the way back to Zach Iverson, the designated hitter. 2 ground ball outs for the Copperheads in today's game. And this frame in the top of the 8th as a first pitch to Zach Iverson. Hits the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1.
And I think Iverson thought that one was a little bit outside as he has a couple words with the home plate umpire.
So 0-1 the count to Zach Iverson. Iverson 1 for 4 in today's game. As the pitch in is swung on and fouled off towards the left side and out of play. Quickly behind in the count is Zach Iverson. Sammy Willis pitching a better inning than he did in the 7th. Allowed a run in the 7th. Had a walk, 2 walks in the 7th. And also hit a batter as well. So 2 hit batters, 2 walks for Samuel Willis. But might get through the top of the 8th without allowing a run. We'll see what Zach Iverson does here. 0-2 count, 2 outs, top of the 8th. The pitch from Willis outside, ball 1. Should Iverson extend the inning? Sebastian Fabic, the man on deck.
Well, Iverson this season just hitting up around 400. Obviously has a little less at-bats than others because of his pitching ability, but he's top in strikeouts. He's 3rd in ERA. He's got to be up there in the batting average.
The 1-2 fouled off towards the left, out of play.
Just wherever he's been placed this season, he's done it, and he's done it pretty darn well for the Copperheads.
393 average for Zach Iverson. On deck, 400 average for Sebastian Fabic.
Yep, not a bad 2 guys to have at the top of your order every night.
Now time is called at the plate. Well, unfortunately for the Copperheads, they can't have Iverson batting every night. They could, but on days he pitches, focus on pitching. Fastball misses outside. Evens up the count at 2 apiece with 2 outs here on the top of the 8th inning. Copperhead 6, Xenia Scouts nothing. Still a runner in scoring position, Tanner Glass. He's on second. 2-2 the count, the pitch to Iverson. Breaking ball outside. Now Iverson has worked himself a full count.
And Wilson's having a real tough time putting away batters. He's been up in the count 0-2 a lot, but doesn't have that strikeout pitch that has guys want to chase it and runs the count full pretty often.
Ground ball right back up the middle, but where the shortstop Wilson's playing, the throw is a little offline, and it gets away from the first baseman Saunders. In to come to score is Tanner Glass. Going to second base is Zach Iverson. It's a error RBI for Zach Iverson. Wilson will be charged with the error, and the run does come in to score. Back-to-back innings where Willis has let up a run. Copperheads extend the lead 7-0.
Yeah, it looked like Wilson just rushed that throw a little bit as he had time to make the play. But the throw, you saw Saunders made a nice effort, try to keep his foot on the bag and lay out and knock it down, but just unable to. It gets by him. And easily coming in to score is Tanner Glass.
So for Wilson, that's his 8th error of the season. And now Sebastian Famick does come to the plate. Famick again batting an even .400 as the first pitch missed for a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. 1 run already in. Copperheads extend the lead 7-0 on a error charge to Wilson. A ground out or ground ball RBI for Zach Iverson. As now the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Copperheads have double barrel action out in the bullpen. 2 pitchers warming up. As 1-1 pitch to Sebastian Famick hits the outside corner. And now Famick is behind on the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and two the count. Two outs. Willis's pitch is swung on a miss, strike 3. Famick goes down swinging. And that brings the top of the 8th to a close as we head to the bottom half of the frame. Copperhead 7, Xenia Scouts nothing. We'll most likely see Jackson Mandela walking back to the mound as he'll go for his longest start of the season. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network presented by Ohio Health.
Don't forget to stop by Kona Ice behind the press box on the third base side. Locally owned and operated by Rich Hayes of Athens. They offer tropical shaved ice in an assortment of flavors. And be sure to ask about their fundraising opportunities.
Rocky Brands is much more than you think. Rocky Brands is a global leader in the footwear and apparel market with over 1,500 distributors of Rocky, Georgia Boot, and Durango brands nationwide. Rocky Brands designs, develops, and markets hardworking boots, outdoor footwear, and apparel designed for every pursuit and fashionable women, footwear that invites you to live a little on the edge. And they do it all right here in Southeast Ohio. To see the whole Rocky Brand story, go to rockybrands.com.
State Farm and agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial service needs. See us celebrating 14 years of service to the...
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
Bottom of the 8th inning here at Grady's Field in Xenia, Ohio, where the Southern Ohio Copperheads have a 7-0 lead over the Xenia Scouts. Jackson Mandela going for his longest outing of the year. Previous 3 have been all 7 innings for Mandela. And now a first pitch swing and a miss by the batter, Alan Goodwin. Brings the count to no balls and 1 strike. Goodwin today 0 for 2. Hit the ball hard a couple times. There's a couple nice plays as a check swing foul ball down the first base line. Coming over to get it is the catcher Scott Combs, who flips it in his glove to Jackson Mandela. Mandela looking to complete the first strikeout or the first shutout of the season. Copperheads have given up 1 run or more in every game they've played so far this year. Have never blanked another team to this point as a windup pitch is in there. Strike 3 called, and first out is recorded here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, that was a nasty 0-2 pitch right there. Slider started on the middle, breaks towards the outside part of the plate, frees them. As Mandela appeared to be getting stronger through the back half of this game. He's now retired the last 10 batters he's faced. So very impressive throughout the back half of this game.
Jackson Mandela, the only batter who was safe on the base pass, was a walk back in the 5th for Logan Matson. And now Brandon Wilson stands in. First pitch missed for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. But for Mandela, 4 strikeouts on the day. Last strikeout came in the bottom of the third as he gets a called strike.
Just a quick note for substitutions. Phil Glasser's at short. Daniel Cruz moved over to third, so they pulled Glass out of the ball game. As we've seen a few times this year, Glasser coming in late in the game to play defense.
That was a 1-1 pitch. Line drive out into left field, but right at a diving Ty Crittenberger in left. Makes a sliding catch for out number 2.
It was a hard hit ball out there, but Crittenberger got a good read on it. Knew he had a play. Comes in sliding for a little bit of insurance. Nice play out there in the outfield.
Well, we also saw, I met up with Phil Glasser, who's now playing short. Met up with him before the game, had a little cast on his foot, but said he was all right to play. Had a foul ball off of his foot in the Lima Locos game 1 of that series. But he's all right. He's playing shortstop currently. He is good to go. Mandela, however, is not. Takes a step off the mound. Recuperates. 0-1 the count. And the pitch is swung on and missed for strike 2. Jackson Mandela. This is his longest outing of the year, 7 2/3. Looking to put up an 8 on the scorecard. Takes a deep breath on the mound, nods his head. From the windup, Mandela's pitch is outside. Ball 1. So 1-2 the count to the leadoff batter, Jared Eaton. Eaton today 0 for 3. A strikeout, a line out to second, and a ground out to third. As the 1-2 pitch swung on a miss, strike 3. Jackson Mandela goes 8 strong in today's ball game. We'll see how much longer he's got in the tank as the Copperheads come to the plate for what should be the final time in the top of the 9th inning. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health. State Farm and Agent Shauna Stump are proud supporters of Copperhead Baseball. Visit our West Union Street office or call 593-6882 today to discuss all your insurance and financial services needs. She's celebrating 14 years of service in the Athens community. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh is one of the premier financial and insurance firms in the region. If you have questions regarding your financial, insurance, or employee benefit package, please call Mark Snyder, Jim Fuller, or Dan Stroh at 740-594-8385 or visit them online at www.snyderfullerstroh.com. That is SNIDERFULLERSTROH.com.
The Cat's Eye Saloon at 12 North Court Street features a great selection of craft beers on tap and in the bottle 365 days a year. The Cat's Eye Saloon is a proud supporter of the Southern Ohio Copperheads and all Ohio University athletics. The Cat's Eye Saloon, your home away from home, open 7 days a week.
The Copperheads would like to thank Wendy's for their support of the team and players. If you're hungry, stop into Wendy's located off Richland Avenue and East State Street. Check the back of your ticket stub for a free small Frosty with any purchase.
Stephanie Wood with Ohio Realty. She will help you find your next safe home. Stephanie Wood bringing home the results and going the extra distance.
Snyder, Fuller & Stroh has supported the Copperheads since 2002.
This is Austin Dunphy, the manager with the Southern Ohio Copperheads, and you're listening to the Copperheads Media Network.
Top of the 9th inning for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. Keegan Grantham on the mound for the Xenia Scouts, as he'll come in to replace Samuel Willis. Copperheads leading in today's game 7-0. Jackson Mandela pitching 8 strong. Might be going for a complete game shutout. We'll see if Coach Austin Dunphy puts him out for his 9th inning of work. But before then, it is Keegan Grantham on the mound for the Scouts as he throws one over the head of the batter Ty Crittenberger. Crittenberger today 2 for 2. Counts at 1 ball and 1 strike. On 1-1 the count. The pitch to Crittenberger, banking ball that is low in the turf. 2 the strike now. Krittenberger with a single in the 5th, a single in the 7th, came in to replace Chris Gambert earlier in today's game as he takes a fastball high and inside. 3 a strike. And for Keegan Grantham, this was his second appearance pitching for the Xenia Scouts, has not let up a run, has walked 3 batters, and has pitched her first walk allowed in today's game, 4th on the season for him, as now Ty Krittenberger has been on the base paths in all 3 at-bats in today's game. Reese Trahey, the left-handed batter, bats in, takes a first pitch breaking ball in for a called strike, 0-1. For Keegan Grantham, pitched against the Lima Locos, did not record an out. And a little bit baffling on the stats, as overall it says he hasn't given up an ERA. He's got an ERA of 0 as the off-speed pitch misses down to the turf to Reese Trahey. He evens up the count at 1-1. However, against the Lima Locos, did not record an out, but gave up 4 runs, all earned. So his ERA is currently at infinity right now as Ty Krittenberger on the move. The throw down, not in time. 3 stolen bases on the day for Ty Krittenberger. He's stolen second yet again.
Yeah, now the 5th stolen base for the Copperheads overall. They've been running all over this Scouts team today, putting them on them, up 7-0. Looking to secure the series win, just 3 outs away now.
Keegan Grantham looking to record his first out on the season as he pitches 2-1, misses low to Reese Trahey. 3 a strike now. Reese Trahey on the day has been on the base paths twice, 2 walks, had a sacrifice fly in the 5th, but has yet to record a hit in today's game. Trahey 0 for 1 with a RBI and 2 walks, and will take his, well, he thought it was going to be his 3rd walk. However, called a strike by the home plate umpire, Ron Morris. And now he'll stand in with the full count. The pitch from Grantham, high and away, ball 4. And it's back-to-back walks for Keegan Grantham here in the top of the 9th inning.
The Copperheads still being pretty patient. Despite the 7-run lead, they want to continue to add on as many runs as they can. As Grantham struggling to find the strike zone.
Second walk allowed here in the top of the 9th inning as Zion Avery bats in. For Avery on the day, 1 for 3. He takes first pitch ball from Keegan Grantham. 1-0. Avery 1 run scored, has walked and struck out, batting average at .259 currently. As now Goodwin, the catcher, will run out to the mound and check on Grantham. He was issued back-to-back walks here in the top of the 9th, so nobody out. Copperheads 7, Xenia Scouts nothing.
Yeah, and in his one other outing on the year, you know, he walked 3, as you just mentioned, and didn't record an out, give up 4 runs, all of them earned. So, obviously had some command issues so far this season. Trying to get that straightened out. There's a 7-run deficit. It's already enough to have to try to battle back from in the 9th. Don't want to make it any more.
One on the count to Zion Avery. The pitch from Grantham. This is low and away. 2 and no strikes now. On deck, Scott Combs. Runners on first and second as swing, bouncing ball over towards third. Third baseman Ken Klertz will touch the bag himself and throw over to first base. It's a 5-3 double play for Zion Avery. And now there are quickly 2 outs with a runner on second for the Southern Ohio Copperheads here on the top of the 9th.
Yeah, really had a tough play there from Ken Klertz. Knew that he would be right by the bag where he fielded that ball, so he stepped and made a strong throw over to first to get the double play, one that his pitcher needed out there. So nice play there from Kanklers.
At that, Scott Combs now stands in. As the first pitch to Scott Combs bounces low and away in the turf for a ball 1-0. Combs so far on the day has a hit, reached base on an error, came around to score, also had an RBI. So for Scott Combs, 1 for 4 with a run scored and a strikeout, batting .288. As the Grantham pitch is nubbed, kind of cued over at first base, taking it himself as the first baseman Saunders touches first, and the side is retired. Copperheads looking to go for their first shutout of the season. They hold a 7-0 lead over the Xenia Scouts as we head to the final inning of play. We'll be right back on the Copperheads Media Network, presented by Ohio Health.
Ohio, outdoor concerts and festivals, rails and trails, a 30-mile meal, and the funky vibe of uptown Athens and Court Street, Ohio's most eccentric half-mile. The best road trip starts at AthensOhio.com, the region's most comprehensive site for maps, shopping, and dining directories, and events calendar. Visit AthensOhio.com and start planning your next adventure.
Classic brands Budweiser and Yingling are all proud supporters of Copperheads Baseball. Please drink responsibly and always use a designated driver. Responsibility matters.
Donato's is the exclusive pizza provider located at 688 East State Street in Athens. Make Donato your pizza of choice today. Order by calling 740-529-5049 or order online at donatos.com.
Southern Ohio Copperheads would like to show our support for Echoing Hills. Echoing Hills provides individuals a place to call home in a comfortable and safe environment where they can achieve their dreams surrounded by supportive friends and staff. For more information, contact them at 740-594-3541.
Fall Green Mortine, one of the nation's leading integrated marketing and communication firms, prides itself on hiring the best and brightest graduates from across the country each year. In fact, the company is home to many Ohio University alumni.
This is Jackson Mandela. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and this is your Copperhead Media Network.
Bottom of the ninth inning, going for his longest outing. It already is his longest outing. Jackson Mandela remains out on the mound in his final start for the Southern Ohio Copperheads of the season. He'll have to go as a foul ball is off the bat of Jackson Henderson. He'll have to go through Henderson, Cody Kanklertz, and Steven Saunders. Oh, on the count, nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth. Copperhead 7, Xenia Scouts nothing. Mandela from the windup, he deals breaking ball. Missed. We'll call it a little bit low. As now Ron Morris talks to the batter, Jackson Henderson. Not sure what that could have been about. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch for Mandela. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. So Mandela is quickly ahead in the at-bat.
Yeah,
1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's been pretty much flawless ever since that 5th inning. He's retired. Now 12 batters in a row, working on 13 ahead in the count. Just moving around the zone, not throwing anything too hittable.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jackson Mandela sits down Jackson Henderson, and now Cody Kanklertz is at the plate.
And make that 13, as now that's 3 strikeouts, including 2 last inning and the 1 this inning, as coming into those last couple innings only had 3 on the outing, but just getting stronger and stronger as he continues to work for this complete game shutout.
Cody Kanklertz at the plate. Kanklertz today 1 for 3. There's the first pitch missed for a ball. 1-0. Kanklertz flew out to center field, had a single in the 4th, and grounded out to second back in the 6th. There's now a high and inside pitch from Jackson Mandela. Brushes off Kanklertz.
Yeah, clear where Mandela wants to work. Kanklertz throwing those 2 pitches inside. So don't want to give him anything he can get extended on. Is obviously a very good hitter.
There's now the 2-0 pitch from Jackson Mandela right down the middle for a called strike. 2 balls and a strike. Fastball offering from Mandela, swung on and fouled off towards the right side, but this one will go right on top of the press box and roll right down back to the ground. Brings count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two the count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 outs away from the first shutout for the Southern Ohio Copperheads. As Mandela's 2-2 pitch is punched out towards the right side and foul. Count remains tied at 2.
Kankler's not going to go down without a fight. He has one of the 3 hits in the ball game for the Scouts so far. So Mandela going to have to make a good pitch here, be able to retire Kanklers.
The 2-2 pitch misses high and inside. And now Jackson Mandela is in danger of walking his second batter or third batter of the game. He has 2 walks so far today, 6 strikeouts for Jackson Mandela. As a 3-2 pitch, high and inside, ball 4. Third walk of the day allowed by Jackson Mandela, and it's a 1-out walk for the Xenia Scouts. As Mandela will pitch to Steven Saunders, who's capable of bringing home 2 runs with 1 swing.
That he is one of the more powerful hitters in this lineup. It's just a good at-bat there from Kanklers. Not making it easy for Mandela. As you know, he wants to pick up this shutout. I mean, there's no one warming up in the pen right now. It looks like Coach Dunphy wants it for him as bad as he does. See if he can roll a ground ball here, get 2.
Mandela from the stretch. First pitch is in for a called strike. 0-1. On first base, Cody Kanklertz with a walk. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Copperhead 7, Xenia Scouts nothing. As Mandela looking to go a complete game shutout. The pitch into Saunders, misses it low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Of course, Saunders is 0 for 2 on the day, but a couple of hard-hit line drives, so has still been on Mandela. Just hasn't been able to find a hole yet.
The 1-1 pitch is taken high and inside. Now the count is run to 2 balls and 1 strike. Going on to the rest of the league. Lima Locos ahead of the St. Clair Green Giants, 9-5. Tied at 5 between the Richmond Jazz and Cincinnati Steam. Cincinnati had already picked up a game against the Richmond Jazz, and a swing as a foul back off towards the left side and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grand Lake Mariners, 4-3 lead over the Muskegon Clippers. Muskegon had already taken a game 14-5 over Grand Lake. And Galleon Graders picked up a win on the Michigan Monarchs 3-2. What's going on around the league as a 2-2 pitch is taken low in the turf. Second straight full counts from Jackson Mandela to a Xenia Scouts batter here in today's game, or here in today's bottom of the 9th. 1 out, runner on first. Bottom 9, Jed 7, Scouts nothing. Mandela from the stretch. He's ready. The 3-2 pitch taken low and inside, ball 4. It's back-to-back walks from Jackson Mandela. 4th walk on the day for Mandela. Mandela trying to go out on a high note for the Copperheads, as they do have a little motion out in the bullpen currently.
Yeah, imagine that big Colin Sells, as he didn't pitch in the ball game yesterday. It's probably one of the available arms out of the bullpen, and he's used to coming in these late game situations. Mandela trying to settle down, find the zone here again.
Mandela now pitching to Ben Clausen. First pitch, ground ball, right back up the middle to Reese Trahey. The throw over to Glasser and over to first in time, and the ball game is over. It's a complete game shutout for Jackson Mandela in his final starts in a Copperheads uniform. Mandela goes 9 strong. The last 3 hits, no runs, none earned, 4 walks and 6 strikeouts, gets the game-ending double play. The Dan Inman Electric Player of the Game belongs to Jackson Mandela today. The Southern Ohio Copperheads now pick up their 14th win of the season. They defeat the Xenia Scouts by a score of 7-0. Just a tremendous pitching performance from Mandela.
I don't think tremendous really does it justice, as that was just a fantastic ball game from Mandela. As you know, he had some traffic on the base pass through those first 5 innings, but from the 6th inning on, he was just absolutely fantastic. Didn't allow another base runner until that 9th inning, as he just pitched a great game for the Copperheads. They had the bats going, picking up 7 runs on 8 hits, and they clinched the series victory, and that's something they need to do throughout this whole month of July. Just keep on winning games against this South Division and keep on gaining ground. But, yeah, just a great start for Mandela. You know, it's unfortunate that he's reached his innings number for the summer, but he gave the team some great innings while he was here for sure.
For the Xenia Scouts in the bottom of the 9th, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. For the Copperheads on the game, 7 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. The Scouts, no runs on 3 hits and 3 errors for the Scouts. Your final, the Southern Ohio Copperheads 7, the Xenia Scouts nothing. Copperheads back in action right here at Grady's Field in Xenia, Ohio. Tomorrow at 2, it'll be the 4th of July game against the Copperheads and Scouts. For Joe Medor, this is Connor Mills signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.